So.
Are you ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It is the off season. William is on the road. If you can't tell, if you're watching this on YouTube here, he is in a hotel room by himself. He is actually being captured by South Carolina fans, from what I hear.
And they sent me to Michigan, where they decapitated a former player in the Outback Bowl. Jake, quick question for you. I'm in a hotel. My kids aren't here. My wife's not here. You want to guess if I'm wearing pants or not?
I actually don't want to guess if you're wearing pants or not.
We should ask the people what would the odds be that I have pants on or not?
Ooh, I think the odds for you be not wearing pants right now is like minus 250.
Minus 250. You'd make some money, buddy. You'd make some money. I am currently pantless.
I believe it.
But I am wearing underwear. I'm not a complete scumbag. But listen, I'm in a hotel. I walked in. I put the temperature on the lowest temperature possible.
And are you one of those? You'd like drop it to like 62 degrees?
It wouldn't go lower than 65, but yeah, I did that. I'm one of those people. And my wife made a great point. She said, you might be the only person in that hotel doing that in Muskegon, Michigan in February. So shout out to me. I'm just built different.
Built different. See, I can't do that because my wife freezes. So like our house, even in the wintertime, is like 71 degrees.
Yeah, same. But my wife's not here, so I can freeze myself.
Exactly. You're gonna get some great sleep when it's that cold.
Well, see, people say sleep like a baby. I did not sleep like a baby. I slept like a man who has kids, who is on the road.
who is away from his kids.
Yeah.
That's how you slept. That's how you slept. So, well, you are in MAC country, so I think we might as well just start in MAC country here.
There's no news with MAC country.
We are getting the ball sack game that has been taking over Twitter.
So did the ACC start a trend? Did we start a trend by doing the West Coast versus? I mean, this isn't quite East Coast, but West Coast East Coast competition. I mean, what is Sacramento State doing?
So
in the MAC,
well, this is kind of joint. So North Dakota State's joining the Mountain West. Sacramento State is joining the MAC. And the interesting thing is both of them are paying to go and join the FBS level and join these conferences. They're basically pulling the SMU model of like, hey, you don't have to pay us. Like, we'll pay you to join.
Yeah. Conference. Well, and North Dakota State, I can get it. I would honestly would have enjoyed to see North Dakota State into the MAC more than Sacramento State. But
regionally, it fits in the Mountain West, though.
Yeah, and if we're being honest, the Mountain West is a little bit more respectable than the MAC. We all love MAC as like college football fans. We love the MAC. I don't want you to hear what I'm not saying.
Win the MAC next year if they played in the MAC.
North Dakota State would win the MAC. Like North Dakota State might win the Mountain West.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a little more challenging. I know that the Mountain West is kind of gotten reshaped because half of them went to the Pac-12, so we've kind of got a little bit of reshaping there. But North Dakota State and the MAC, I would almost feel unfair for some of these programs, especially when you talk about like a UMass who would absolutely get smacked by North Dakota State.
Well, here's a good question though: is Sacramento State going to do the same thing that North Dakota State is doing, and that's trying to appeal to be bowl eligible next year? Because if they're not, they absolutely should be. North Dakota State, when they did that to JMU when JMU first joined FBS in the Sun Belt, that was just horrible. JMU and Jacksonville State both could have been bowl eligible, I think, their first year and second year. So that's why I have no doubt that
Sacramento State, though, is they were not that good last year. Like, we're not talking about a team that was all of a sudden like a Montana or Montana State that was, a national championship contender. Sacramento State has a lot of money. Sacramento State played South Dakota State, lost 20-3. Played Nevada, lost 20-17, respectable. Let me see. They went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5 last year. Respectable, like a fine FCS team, but
not
that's
FBS.
No. And
Like when JMU jumped, when Jacksonville State, when Jacksonville State jumped, when JMU jumped, when App State jumped, when North Dakota State obviously is jumping, all those programs were top of the line FCS programs when they jumped.
Yeah.
So like this is
even a Sam Houston State had
Sam Houston State,
and you see some of these even have a hard transition period. That they come in and it takes a year or two because all of a sudden you're jumping up in scholarships. You have to try now to compete with other schools that have far more resources. The interesting thing about Sacramento State is they were so desperate to do this. They're paying for the air travel for the MAC teams to travel to Sacramento State.
Isn't Deshaun Jackson the head coach there?
He's at Norfolk State, I'm pretty sure.
I thought Norfolk State was
no.
Michael Vick.
Deshaun Jackson might be the head coach now that you mentioned that. I need to look this up. Deshaun Jackson, Delaware State is where he is.
Oh, who could forget? Same program, essentially. The head coach for Sacramento State is Alonzo Carter. Who could forget Alonzo Carter? No idea who that is. Idea. Is that Vince Carter's son, brother, friend?
Alonzo Carter was a high school coach not super long ago. Assistant head coach at Arizona previously. I don't know anything about Alonzo Carter.
Well, he played at Cal State East Bay.
Yeah. While at Cal State, Carter responded to an audition for backup dancers by MC Hammer. That's your fun fact of the day.
What are we doing?
He would later forego his final season of college football to tour with MC Hammer from 88 to 93 and served as one of the main choreographers for the 1990 hit song "You Can't Touch This." So, if anything, Sacramento State is going to have a bomb halftime show to "You Can't Touch This." Okay, so who is going to be the first MAC program to troll him by playing like "You Can't Touch This" as they kick off in the fourth quarter?
Ball State in the ball sack game.
We deserve that on a Tuesday night. I'm just saying.
That is a Tuesday night game. Absolutely.
Like, a Tuesday night game, Ball State versus Sacramento in November. Like we deserve.
I want Central Michigan versus UMass and Ball State versus Sacramento State on my TV screen on a multi-view on a Tuesday night. The ball sack and the come-ass game, respectfully.
Yes. So,
CUMASS, by the way, for the people who think I'm a scumbag. Central Michigan. I'm just going to leave it.
I might have to mark this as a 18 over
episode. Actually, you might just bleep that part.
So
I'm pantless right now. I'm getting a little unruly.
Sacramento State. So the interesting thing I saw is they basically signed like a 5-year contract with the MAC.
That's strange. That's a short-term contract for to join a conference.
I think it makes sense to me. It actually makes sense for both sides because honestly, I don't think the MAC wants Sacramento State there long-term. I don't think they actually want Sacramento State long-term. I think they looked at this and this was a quick payday that we can get $18 million from Sacramento State and they'll pay for the airfare and we get a short-term replacement for Northern Illinois. But long-term, our teams don't want to be flying to Sacramento throughout the year because the MAC is a Midwest region. It is Ohio, Michigan, New York, Indiana. Like those are your schools. Massachusetts, but it's in the western part of Massachusetts. It's not like it's that far out of their realm. The MAC has had some of these weird programs. Like UCF was one time a MAC program. That's a fun fact.
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is a fun fact.
The MAC has had some let me find their membership because
you do that, I want to say this too. This is like a win-win. So you kind of mentioned that Sacramento State gets to pay the MAC, so the MAC wins in that aspect. But Sacramento State gets to put themselves on a national scale. and get talked about. They get standalone games. And my assumption would be after that 5 years, they end up in the Mountain West.
I think that's their goal. Their goal is to basically prove themselves.
Right. And another part of that is this is good publicity for the MAC because what's everybody talking about right now?
Everybody's talking about the MAC.
Everybody's talking about the MAC. Remember the MAC.
So the former affiliate members, they've had a bunch of other sports, but UCF was an affiliate member from 2002 to 2005. There's been some other weird, like, so Marshall was part of, obviously that's like West Virginia. It's right there. It's not like we're talking about far away. The other affiliate members have all been basically in other sports. Men's soccer, there's been like 30 other schools that have been affiliate of men's soccer.
The thing that confuses me most about college football is our college sports in general is that, like how some conferences don't offer sports, a certain sport. So like a team would play in one conference for all these other sports and they play in a different conference for a different sport. That confuses me.
That's fair. That's a fair one to be confused about, especially for some of these main sports as well, like men's soccer. Some of these programs like are in some decently sized.
But you know what? I'm actually excited about North Dakota State being in the Mountain West. I'm super excited about that because
you know who else used to be a former MAC affiliate member? Just need to point that out.
Who?
Temple.
Temple Talk.
Hashtag Temple. Hashtag
what are they doing
now?
Why aren't they in the MAC anymore? What happened?
Because the American's better. Well, they tried to get back in the Big East, and the Big East exploded. So then, then they ended up playing Tulane and Tulsa.
Did the Big East explode or implode?
Both.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. The Big East was a basketball conference. Let's be honest.
It was always a basketball conference. Should have always been a basketball conference.
Have you thought about this? Like Virginia Tech, Miami, Louisville were all in the Big East.
Yeah, so was Boston College. The Big East, the prime Big East. You go back to like 2001 Big East football. Like that was good football.
UConn.
Yeah.
Well, Syracuse
Pitt. And Pitt. Yeah, Syracuse and Pitt were in there.
What are we doing? Like right now, like our forefathers got to talk about Pitt joining the ACC. We're having to talk about Sacramento State joining the MAC.
Yeah, the Mid-American Conference is getting Sacramento State.
I would rather talk about North Dakota State joining the Mountain West, though. I would rather talk about that. Sorry if I'm a little close to the camera, guys.
I just don't how, like, they're so desperate to get to the FBS level, and their 5-year trial period is basically, can you actually become a competitive program that is worth us adding to make our conference better?
Yeah.
And the MAC is like, hey, we'll take your money, but we probably really don't want to play you after 5 years. North Dakota State, though, you want to talk about North Dakota State? That, I feel like that's been rumored forever that, hey, when are they going to make the jump? When are they going to make the jump to the FBS level?
I think it was one of those situations where like college football social media was trying to speak it into existence because North Dakota State belongs in the FBS. And if you don't think so, you're lying to yourself. They're a big brand. They've had College Game Day at their site. Mm-hmm. They love football. They're great at football. They win so many national championships in the FCS. They should have been in the FBS a long time ago. And honestly,
do you think this is something where there's some writing on the wall with some of these programs that, hey, there's going to be a split coming eventually? Like, hey, I mean, FBS is up to 138 teams. What is the ceiling? Because if they get a couple, like they get up to 140, 145, start pushing 150, like these are massive conferences. And at what point do they go, hey, we got too many, and then try to figure out who's in the first half, who's in the second half, and now we have 3 tiers of Division I.
Well, it kind of feels like if you're not in the Sun Belt and you're not in the Mountain West, you really don't matter as an FBS program, as a group of 5.
Yeah.
I mean, you think, I mean, obviously we have a very small sample size, but Boise State.
Pac-12, we'll see what that looks like this year.
Yeah. Oh, no, where was Tulane? What conference is Tulane?
The American. I would say the American has a lot of...
They dabble.
They used to dabble even more, but now Tulane, you've got Memphis in the American. Like, Memphis was dying to get out of the American. They were begging the Big 12 take them, and the Big 12 wouldn't take them.
Is there? I feel like the Pac-12 joins the Group of Five conversation because I don't think because the Pac-12 is going to be back next year, correct?
Yeah, and no, they are one. It's the Group of Six now. It's 100% going to be the Group of Six. You can't look at the Pac-12 and actually justify it and say, "Hey, this is a power conference."
No, they're not. I mean, and it's going to be made up of Oregon State, Washington State, and I couldn't even. They're all state teams. I feel like we talked about this a few months ago.
Boise State, Fresno State, Colorado State, San Diego State, Texas State, Utah State, and then you're going to have a couple. Gonzaga is also joining for basketball. Gonzaga should get a football team. Hot take.
Gonzaga should get a football team. There's such a big basketball program; they should get a football team. Villanova should as well. I know Villanova has an FCS.
Villanova has a football team. They suck,
but it's FCS.
Yeah,
they need to invest. You cannot be so dominant in a non-football sport and not have a football program. That's bullcrap.
Wichita State should have a football program and put it.
Yes, I should. And let Ted Lasso coach it.
Yes. So
if you haven't seen the show, Coach Lasso comes from Wichita State.
I think if I ask this question, I think the answer is pretty obvious. Over the next 5 years, do you think North Dakota State or Sacramento State has a better record?
North Dakota State. I think North Dakota State in the next 5 years, I'd put money on it. They have 2 Mountain West Conference championships in the next 5 years. 2.
You think they have 2 Mountain West championships next 5 years?
2. Boise State's gone. San Diego State's gone. Who's going to compete against them? UNLV?
UNLV's not bad. UNLV wasn't bad this past year.
But it's like, you think about it, Air Force, UNLV.
I have a hard time thinking that North Dakota State is not going to be a solid program.
I think they'll be in competition for the conference title next year. I really think that. And I mean, we think hyperbolically, but like, look what Indiana has done. Look what JMU has done. When JMU jumped, they were immediately competitive. And then JMU, they get to they are able to go bowl eligible, and now they were in competition to make the college football playoff last year. They obviously made it this year, and that was with the coaching change. So I don't think it's very far-fetched to say North Dakota State could be in conference championship competition there. I don't think the Mountain West is going to have the pool that it's had, though. I mean, with Boise State being gone, with San Diego State being gone, with Colorado State being gone, it's lost a lot of its allure. It's going to lose a lot of its allure.
I have to educate myself on who's even going to be in these conferences next year.
Is the Mountain West the best conference to be a springboard to get to FBS or to get into the Power Four? Utah,
the Mountain West,
Utah, TCU, Boise State. Well, Boise State was still in the Mountain West.
Yeah,
like the Mountain West is kind of a springboard to get people into the FBS.
Next year, the Mountain West will have Air Force, Nevada, UNLV, New Mexico, San Jose State, Wyoming, Hawaii, UTEP.
Oof. And North Dakota State.
Yeah. And then, and Northern Illinois, too. Don't forget about Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they
whatever. We get to watch football, and we get to watch more of these programs that we like and enjoy play.
Hey, more teams means more FBS games. Just saying.
That's right. So I'm not mad about it. I can be an old man and complain that Sacramento State is 9,463 miles away from the closest MAC school, but who cares? It's not my problem. My problem is making sure I can get it on my television. Next.
So at what point does the NCAA stop mattering? At what point does everybody on Twitter become a law expert after watching all of these court cases?
Dude,
and watching Trinidad Chambliss. Watching Trinidad Chambliss, the amount of people watching that court case had to be insane.
Shout out to Joe Judge, by the way, for being a complete moron. What are we doing talking about not being a present father? What does that have to do with being a college football player? He tried to justify it. I have 4 kids, blah, blah, blah. Sounds like you've been a very great dad, Joe Judge. You're a great provider. I can safely assume that as being a former head football coach in the NFL. But present, I don't know. After what you say, you teach your players to not be involved. Excuse me, you don't teach your players. You tell their significant others that to go ahead and expect during the fall to not have them be involved.
They need to sleep in a separate room so they
need
can
to
focus
sleep
on football.
Separate room. That's what I tweeted out. I was like, sir, the conversation is about Trinidad Chambliss's eligibility. Like, what are we talking about?
We got a little off the rails on that one. So the NCAA says no to Chambliss. The attorneys come in and they say yes. I'm not even going to pretend to be a law expert on it.
Not just a judge, a former Ole Miss alumni. So not a former, a Ole Miss alumni judge says yes, which grants him the ability. At what point first off, why is the law getting involved in the NCAA? Second, the NCAA has just proven they don't matter at all because, they said no, in a random BFE lawyer or judge down in Ole Miss just goes, yeah, no, he's good. Makes no sense. Makes zero sense.
It's gotten to a point where, hey, if I lose, I'm just going to go to sue you, and then there's a decent chance I'm going to win.
Well, when I sue you, I'm going to make sure I find a judge that went to my school.
Yeah. If you're going to sue, make sure you find it. That's what Alabama did for basketball.
It ended up not working out for them, thankfully. But like the Trinidad Chambliss situation, I kind of get it. Out of all people, like it sucks that he's the focal point of this because he seems like a really good person. Obviously, he's a phenomenal quarterback. But dude, you could have been a top 5 draft pick. Why are we coming back to school?
I don't know if he'd been top 5, but he might have been the second quarterback off the board.
Does that mean top 5?
I don't know, but when you think about, especially in terms of like quarterbacks, there's some pretty big names that could be coming out next year that is going to be much more competitive. When you talk about
Fernando Mendoza, Carson Beck,
well, I'm saying in next year, this year's draft.
Next year, yeah, he could be a much higher draft pick this year. Yeah,
this year it's Fernando Mendoza's one, and then with Dante Moore coming back, I mean, it's wide open for
Ty
who
Simpson
wants to be the second quarter. And that is he. Would you take Chambliss over Ty Simpson? I think I would.
Yes.
I think I would. But next year, you've got so many more names because Dante Moore is going to come out after next year, almost certainly. We'll see what happens with Arch Manning. You've got Sam Levitt. Who knows what's up with that? You're going to have Trinidad Chambliss. You're going to have Julian Sayin. You're probably going to have CJ Carr, if we're being honest.
Okay, here we go.
So many more guys.
We're going to play a game. It's called This Quarterback or Trinidad Chambliss. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Fernando Mendoza or Trinidad Chambliss?
I'm going to take the Heisman winner, Mendoza.
Ty Simpson.
That's close. I like Chambliss, but I could understand why someone would say Simpson for the NFL.
Garrett Nussmeier.
I'm taking Chambliss.
Carson Beck.
I'm taking Chambliss.
Cade Klubnik.
I'm taking Chambliss.
Drew Aller.
I'm taking Chambliss.
Taylor Green.
I'm taking Chambliss.
Sawyer Robertson.
We are digging deep, and it's still Chambliss.
Diego Pavia.
Interesting, but no, I'm going to take Chambliss.
Yeah, okay. So, dude, you messed up.
Do you want to talk about next year's draft class? And so some of these maybe not going to do as well. Dante Moore, right. Arch Manning.
Here we go again.
Maeva.
Let's play the game.
Okay.
Julian Sayin.
Okay. Dante Moore.
Well, no. Julian Sayin or Trinidad Chambliss.
That one, I mean, I'm a little more homer there, but I think if you want to talk about the NFL, I think the NFL is going to love I think they're going to like Sayin more, but it's honestly, it's way closer than I think.
Dante Moore. Arch Manning.
I think I would take Chambliss, but I don't know what not Dante Moore, what Arch Manning turns into in 2026.
Yeah. Jade Maeva.
I would take Chambliss.
Lenore Sellers.
very intriguing prospects for the NFL. I don't know. I think Lenore Sellers has all those physical tools that you just love, but then there's just like, oh, what are you doing moments.
Right.
I think in the NFL, I think I would rather try to take the upside of Sellers.
Sam Levitt.
What's Sam Levitt we getting?
Yeah.
That's the big question. What Sam Levitt we getting? Probably Chambliss, but I could see Sam Levitt jumping up draft boards next year.
Brennan Sorsby.
Especially in that Lane Kiffin offense. Sorsby is a crazy, intriguing candidate. He did so well at Cincinnati, and I think he is going to be incredible at Texas Tech next year.
But long story short, we got to quarterback 3, and it was already Chambliss. We got to quarterback 4, 5, 6 is when we finally got the Chambliss here. And then, honestly, NFL Draft Buzz has Chambliss ranked as the 10th best quarterback in 2027. In 2026, I think he would have been 4th or 5th.
I mean, they've got Lagway at 11. Lagway could also jump above him next year at Baylor. Now, granted, Dave Aranda's probably going to get fired in September, but you never know.
Yeah. But, Jake, with the playoff being so big, is North Dakota State just going to make the playoff next year? Are they just going to mess around and make the playoff next year? Or, excuse me, whenever this Big Ten 2014 playoff is going to get proposed or published, the different P word? Because I feel like that's coming. I feel like this is inevitable. The playoff is going to get bigger.
The SEC wants 16. The Big Ten wants 24. The Big Ten basically proposed eliminating conference championships.
I hate that.
I like the idea. I like an idea of having that weekend, but almost having play-in games for the playoff. The problem is, think how many games you're adding to that schedule. You have a 12-game schedule, and then you've got all these teams playing 13, and then a 24, team model. Like, think how many games some of these guys are going to play.
12, 6. Yeah, you're playing 4 more games at least.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I mean, you potentially could play 18 games because let's say you have your 12-team playoff or your 12-game schedule, game 13 potentially. That's why the Big Ten's talking about eliminating them. And let's say you're anywhere seeds 9 to 24, and you make a run. You make a run to the national championship. First round, second round, third round puts it down to 8 teams. Fourth round at 4, and then the championship be 5. So that'd be additional. That's 5 games in the playoff alone, plus your 12. Even if you don't, play a game championship weekend, that's still a 17-game schedule for a team that would hypothetically be ranked 9 to 24.
The thing that's frustrating me about it is it's not 24 teams. I mean, the amount of teams, I think 24 is egregious. Yes, I think most people would agree. But it's the model of the seedings, and it's the Big Ten proposing, which is I'm assuming that they're still proposing 4 teams guaranteed. The top 4 Big Ten teams guaranteed. The top 4 teams in the SEC guaranteed. And Jake, that's just like unreasonable. That's unreasonable. That's saying that every year the top 4 teams in the Big Ten deserve to be in a college football playoff. That's not true.
So hypothetically, if this had happened, here are some teams that would have made the playoff this year.
Let's let people hear like this atrocity.
Michigan would have made the playoff. So would Houston. Pitt. USC and Arizona also would have made the playoff.
Miami would have made the playoff. They're the 3rd best ACC team.
Yeah, and Duke would have made the playoff.
Yeah, and Virginia. They would have had 2.
Like,
I
don't.
What are we doing?
I don't love this at all. I don't love it at all. I don't want it. I don't. Here's
and Jake. Oh, go ahead.
Here's my problem with the 2014 playoff. I already have a hard time thinking that the 12th best team deserves to play for a national championship.
Now, Jake, I'll argue with you. What was Ohio State seeded when they won it all?
8.
Okay.
I have a hard time thinking that the 12th best team deserves to win a national championship. I would rather go back to
the 12th best team was in the 12th best team was in the national championship this year.
No, the 12th seed was.
Oh yeah, you're right. The 10th best team.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You go on a run, you get hot at the right time. But to me, the regular season has to mean something. The regular season has to matter.
I agree. I agree. And 12 is I think 12 is perfect. 12 is perfect. We should never go past 12.
I would rather condense than expand. That's my hot take. I would rather condense the playoff than expand it.
Yeah. I don't know. 8 would be, if we're condensed, I would want to go to 8.
I would be perfectly fine with 8. 24, though. I mean, we're talking about teams that have absolutely no business, no right to be playing for a national championship. I'm sorry. If you go 8-4, you don't deserve to be playing for a national championship. You go 9-3, you really shouldn't be playing for a national championship. I'm sorry. You lost 3 games.
And saying the SEC and the Big Ten. Now, granted, right now in this current state, this is why they're trying to do this right now. Right now in their current state, yes, the SEC and Big Ten are by far better than every other conference in the country. It's not even close. Think about the ACC not even 10 years ago. So you're telling me that there's never going to be a shift in conference strength? It's like the ACC 10 years ago, Clemson, Florida State, Louisville. There's 3 teams right there that were constantly good in beating people. So you're telling me that the ACC couldn't have a jump, the Big 12 couldn't have a jump. Oklahoma State was very good for a long time. TCU. I mean, I find it very. I would rather the NCAA implode and it becomes super conferences than the Big Ten get their way with this. Because
hey, you want to hear a fun fact?
Go ahead.
That the Big 12 and SEC have the last time they had. Let me rephrase this. The Big Ten, the SEC, Big Ten, the ACC have both played for national championships way more recent. The Big 12 and SEC are tied in their most recent appearance in the national championship game.
Georgia, TCU.
Exactly. I left the square out on purpose, but they're tied in their most recent appearance in the national championship game.
Yeah. The ACC has technically been in the last 2, if you want to include Notre Dame.
Yeah, they had an affiliate member 2 years ago.
I consider Miami an affiliate member too, just because I don't like Miami. But that's not.
Yeah, you really are not a fan of the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have a hard time that if you go 8-4, there's a high chance that a power team is going to be 22, 23. Why do you deserve to play for a national championship? I look at Michigan, who went 9-3 this past year.
Yeah,
I would never let them play.
Would he have been? Would they have been a better team if they had a quarterback coach?
They might have been.
They
might have been a significantly better team.
Honestly, Jake, out of everything that happened this year, with all the wild, crazy crap that happened this year, you talk about Pete Golding and his tampering. You talk about Sharon Moore. You talk about Sacramento State joining the MAC. Out of all of that, the craziest story that came out of college football is that Michigan didn't have a quarterback coach last year.
The fact that you went and got this highly touted 5-star quarterback, all world, and you said he'll figure it out.
Now we're good. Yeah. You know what? We're paying him so much, he's going to coach himself.
He can go hire his own coach outside of practice.
How freaking stupid do you have to be as a program? That is mind-numbingly dumb. Anyway,
I think it just shows how bad Sharon Moore was as a coach.
I need to be careful saying that. I'm in enemy territory. You're enemy. I don't know if Michigan hates Clemson yet.
Michigan also might hate Sharon Moore now too.
That's true.
They probably do. Well, I'm sure we could go on for hours talking about the playoff, and I'm sure every other podcast that anybody listens to could go on for hours talking about the playoff. But our friend William has to go grab some beers since he's in Michigan. He's got to go try some northern beers.
And I have to put my pants on.
He does have to put his pants on. So with that being said, appreciate everybody joining. We'll be back again next week. We'll be back to talk more college football. We'll be here throughout the whole offseason. Make sure to go follow us on social media on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you get any of your college football content. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. That page is growing pretty fast. Go follow our friend William at Walk on Moose on Twitter. And with that, we will see everybody again next week.